Hi everyone, hope you all doing well. Welcome back to our channel. From this particular video, I'm going to get started with the Microsoft Sentinel API series, and this series will help you overcome all the operational challenges. As we know that there is a different level of customization and insights which are available through APIs, as we move along with the playlist, there will be n number of different scripts that will be available for both PowerShell and Python. So if you are advanced skillset member of this channel, please send an email to learnconceptswork@gmail.com and request your access to the repository so that you can use the scripts which I have already created. Now, this series is for advanced users who already know what Microsoft Sentinel is, and they are trying to revisit the entire configuration, or they are trying to improve the overall implementation. The series is going to help you in multiple ways. First of all, it will help you get advanced insights. So for example, if I say that give me the list of all the tables which are not used in any analytical rule. Now this information is not available by default in any console, be it XDR portal or Azure portal. The SOC optimization section does show you this information. However, mapping each and every table with a specific rule and then telling you the severity of that particular rule, these kind of details are not available. SOC optimization does help, but it helps up to a very limited extent altogether. With the scripts that I'm going to provide you, you will get insights about each and every table, how many rules use those particular table, and what are the severity of those particular rules. Now, this information, fundamentally speaking, can be retrieved from API. So what you see right now is the graph that I have created by querying the data of the rules and the tables and then creating a correlation between them. So this graph, it lists the number of tables which are available and how many rules are there where these tables exist. Now, once you extract these advanced insights, let's say for each resource type, which can be queried through API, you can perform improvement analysis. Then depending upon the shortfalls in configuration, or let's say there are certain capabilities which are not implemented, you can define key focus area. Once you have defined key focus area, you will start working on them, which fundamentally improves your overall operations. Since I will be covering each and every component of Microsoft Sentinel and how they can be accessed through API, trust me, this will take your automation to next level altogether. Once you know each and every component, you develop more mature workflows. And lastly, we will also discuss how to use Azure OpenAI with Sentinel data to create reports or incident summarization, fundamentally querying data through Sentinel API and then sending that API data to a specific LLM, which we will be setting up, and then getting a response and showing it to user, or let's say getting a response and adding them in the incident itself. So now, if at all you had this question or an idea that why I should know about API, I'm assuming you have enough reasons to know each and every detail related to the resources of Microsoft Sentinel and how they can be accessed through APIs. Now, as I've said in the beginning that this series is for advanced user, let me share my experience why I said that statement. Think about yourself as someone who's trying to learn a new technology. It takes roughly around 2 to 4 weeks to know what a product is. For example, what is an analytical rule? What is a workbook? What is a playbook? The first 2 to 4 weeks, loosely speaking, everybody spends in knowing the what is a product, which means all the capabilities that exist in Sentinel. Then you spend around 4 weeks knowing more about figuring out how a specific capability is going to work. So for example, what is an analytical rule? You know it, you're configuring it, but you spend more time in figuring out all the small details and you know how each and every component of analytical rule is working. And then if you spend around 3 more months, technically speaking, then you may start falling under the category of experts. And this is applicable when you spend some time in reading articles on a daily basis. Now, this time frame can be shorter or longer depending upon individuals' interest. However, this third phase is where you start finding shortfalls and limitation in a product. Now, these limitations can be anything. It can be a capability which does not exist out of the box. It can be a limitation with solutions interface itself. For example, let's say if you want a specific detail to be available in a certain manner, and by default, the console is not giving you that information, then in this case, you may want to take the route of APIs and extract that information. For example, it doesn't matter which console you choose, be it Azure Portal or XDR Portal. There is fundamentally no option to extract all the analytical rules in a CSV format or in a report format. If I try to download all the rules, it will give me a JSON file. Again, in this case, you can use APIs to create a CSV report. Now, as I've said before, what if this information can be extracted and presented in CSV format? Your answer is API. And this is just one of the example. So this phase where you have entered and started finding limitations for a specific product, API can help you with majority of your operation tasks. Just to address and highlight couple of daily challenges, can you give me a report, let's say, which has the list of all the tables mapped to a specific analytical rules? The answer is no, it's not available by default. Or give me the list of rules where entity mapping is not defined. Now, this is something which I have seen. Even though Microsoft Sentinel gives you the capability to map around 18 different entity types, still majority of the entity types which are mapped are either users, IPs, URLs, or let's say some of the Azure resources, and that's it. But still, with this being said, just to reiterate this again, Microsoft Sentinel gives you the capability to map 18 different entity types. Now, one more challenge, and that is how many tables which exist in my workspace and they are not mapped to any analytical rule, even though the category is security insight. Now, these kind of insights are not available. How many analytical rule template exist as per the data connector onboarded, however, they are not yet enabled? Or let's say, give me the list of all the workbooks which exist in Content Hub. Now, this statement may sound very naive or let's say lame, but the fundamental here is that at times, if you know the set of workbooks which are already available, at times you may just onboard them and it will give you insights which are not even known to you. The same concept goes for analytical rules. Maybe from a product evaluation standpoint, you just want to know the complete list of all the rules that are available in Microsoft Sentinel. Now, this information again is not directly available from the console, but if you want, you can extract all this information through APIs. Or let's say you want to know the complete list of all the hunting queries. You actually want to know the raw query behind every list item that exists in queries. Again, extracting this from a portal can be a challenge, but fundamentally speaking from API, it's seamless. Now, these are some of the examples that you should use as a starting point for knowing why you should know about the API. Now, let's understand what all sources can be queried through Microsoft Sentinel API. The very first one is action, which is basically a trigger for a playbook whenever a specific alert rule is triggered. Then you have alert rule template, list of all the rules which are available in Content Hub. Then you have alert rules, which is basically the list of all the active rules that exist for your instance. It can be enabled or disabled. Then list of automation rules which exist in your environment, bookmarks. You can also query complete list of resource types available in Content Hub like data connector, analytical rules, workbooks, playbooks, hunting queries, and parsers. Then incidents and the entities related to incidents, comments, or tasks associated with incidents. Security alerts, threat intelligence indicators, tables, and watch list. So fundamentally, this is the complete list of resources that can be queried for Microsoft Sentinel. And as we move along with this playlist, I will show you how you can derive or how you can extract meaning out of this data. Now let's start by talking, or let's say knowing, how the URL creation or endpoint creation process works for any of the resource which you have to query. Imagine you want to access data connector information through API. In this case, the first section is base URL, which will always remain same, which is management.azure.com. Then the next section is resource ID of the workspace where Sentinel is enabled. Then the resource type, where you will mention data connectors. Now this field, or let's say this value of data connector, is changed as per the requirement. So let's say if you have to access incidents, then you will replace data connector with incidents. And let's say if you want to access analytical rules, then you will replace data connector with alert rules and so on. Lastly, you will mention API version. Now, since there are multiple choices to choose the API version, as we move along with the playlist, I will show you which API version you should choose for a specific resource type. So this was all about fundamentally knowing why you should know about Microsoft Sentinel API, what is the URL creation process. From the next video, I'm going to get started with showing you how you should access Microsoft Sentinel API information through PowerShell and Postman. So if you think that this channel is helping you to learn anything new, please feel free to share this video with your technical community, and don't forget to request the access for the repository. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time.